I'm starting with $1,000 cash to see if I can double it using Tom's Refurbs tractor flip. The plan? Buy a beat up machine, fix it, and flip it for profit. But I've got to go right now because I've got an appointment to go look at a zero turn. This video is for Thomas Refurbs. Hey Tom recently posted a video showing a little money-making method on how to flip things on Facebook. And I got a wedding coming up. I got a lot of house remodeling going on. I could use some extra cash. Huh? I got myself a little zero-turn John Deere. Now, a little history on me, for those of you that don't know me. This is Crossing Cars, but the only thing we care about is the cross and cars. I've already kind of been doing this on the low, like ever since I could drive. The whole goal was to buy something low, sell it for high, and you make profit. And in this video, I think we're gonna see a lot of that. Specifically, the tractor method. Tom's Refurb posted a detailed video on how to do this. He gave you all the tools. So we're just gonna put it to the test today. But before the tractor, I've actually already started this. I was brainstorming video ideas. I said I wanna take a motorcycle off-road, because obviously they ain't supposed to do that. So I found this motorcycle listed on Facebook for $500. Barely ran, bought it for $350. Spent $70 on a new intake and a carb. Now the thing runs flawlessly. Filmed the video, beat on it in the woods. And it's still cooking, it's still good. Now I probably could sell it for around $2,000 and make more than double my money, but don't got a title, which I don't care about because I was using it for the woods. But to someone that wants to ride on the road, it's a little bit of a different story. But I'm gonna add it to this challenge and I still think we can double our money with it. So with my background, I saw Tom's video and was like, I gotta give this a try. Facebook been putting something in marketplace, man. It's a bug, it just bites you and you can't get off the app, man. But low key, it's better than doing drugs. Is it? I don't know. So I watched the video and immediately hopped on Facebook Marketplace, where I found this John Deere zero turn. I went last night, I told the guy, I was like, hey, I just need to see it run, drive, and cut grass, and you know, you got yourself a deal. We went and I didn't see it run, drive, or cut grass, and I still bought it. So we're off to a hot start. But the engine did turn over, so I think it's just a bad battery. I think I just dented my truck. I think I dented it. Don't think that was there before. To those of you saying Nissan Frontiers can't tow, they tow. This thing tows. Not more than 1,500 pounds, but it tows. I got this battery charger on it. You can see it doing its thing. But yeah, this thing's dirty. 54-inch deck, 650 hours. He had it listed for 750, talked him down to 650, and that didn't run, so he took 600. But I'm thinking once we get this thing running, cleaned up, we can at minimum double our money. I'm thinking we could get maybe $1,700 out of this. This is just the first track. I'm gonna take my personal track out and just see what I can get for it. Honestly, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just get it started. I've never had a zero turn, but I've always wanted one. Shocker. It didn't start. So I got my battery charger, hooked it up, and after letting it charge for some time, runs a little rough. Now I had never driven a zero turn before, so this was a learning curve. Oh, okay, we're off. Oh, dude, this is nice. Gosh, we're going down a hill, descent. My yard doesn't need trim, but I'm a trim it. Oh shoot, no, don't die down here. This thing smoked bad, and it kept feeling like it was gonna die out, and especially when I engaged the blades. So that needed figured out. Well, that was an awesome first zero turn experience. Is the battery gonna hold a charge? This is my first ever zero turn and my first time ever working on one. So a lot of this is new to me. It was running very weird. But I was having a lot of fun. right there. Yeah, it's smoking pretty bad. The second I start to give it throttle, it starts to bog out. Let's get this puppy cleaned up. I went into the shed because I was grabbing the pressure washer, you know, and I ran into my other tractor. Bam! That's a John Deere Ep.1 2022 horsepower V-twin. Yeah, we got bungees. We John Deered out. And my push one green too. Ooh. That thing was really gunky. I mean, we can see the green now. Still a lot more on this deck lid that didn't come off that I would hand remove, but the wheels are looking good. Green's looking good. Down here, you couldn't even tell that it was green down there. It was all just gunk. So with that, I'm hoping we might have sprayed open some gunked up valves or whatever might have been causing it to burn oil. I don't know. I'm also gonna clean up the battery terminals. There was a bit of corrosion on them, so put that sucker on the charger for a good amount of time, charge it back up, put some good gas in it, fire it up, and see how it runs then. And then we're gonna list it and then make $1 million. This was the only thing wrong with it, was this wheel was missing, but I got one coming in the mail today. All right, so as you can see, the battery has been fully charged. It's been on charge for a couple of hours now, so washed it up, charged the battery. One thing the smoke could be is just carbon buildup from sitting, which the battery technically could have been the issue. So we're gonna see if that goes away, or if it's still smoking, that means it's burning oil, which I don't want. Let's get this thing bumping so that I can set it tonight.
Well, it wasn't quite bumping yet. Unfortunately, just pressure washing it didn't fix the issue. It was still bogging out like crazy, still smoking like crazy, meaning it wasn't just gonna be a simple clean and fix.
Since we're having so many issues with the battery, I'm just gonna swap it. I went out and bought a replacement one. We're just gonna swap it and see what it does, all right? Worst comes to worst, that's $40 subtracted from the budget.
Now this did solve our dead battery problem, but it didn't solve our smoking problem.
Problem not fixed. So it seems what we have here, no longer a battery issue, but a high throttle stall issue. Basically, it's a gas to air issue where when you give it more gas, it needs more air, needs more gas, but it can't get it. So it's probably a clogged carburetor. We could try adding a fuel cleaner.
Since we have a fuel to air ratio problem, I figured I would check the spark plugs to see what they look like. But in the process of doing so, I discovered something much worse.
Ew, I just touched a dead mouse. I just touched a dead mouse. Does that mean I have rabies? How does that work? Can I even show this? This is a dead mouse.
This unfortunately meant that there was a lot more cleaning that needed to be done.
This is after I cleaned it a little too. Okay, I just removed both spark plugs, and yeah, this one's even worse. Look how sooty it is. It is now nighttime.
So I found 2 brand new spark plugs sitting on the parts bench for free, installed those, cleaned the tractor a little bit more, and siphoned out the old gas so that we could put fresh new gas in it in the morning.
Okay, it's the next day. We siphoned the gas out of here. I put the new fresh gas in here. We're gonna put this fuel cleaner in it. We're gonna see if that cleans up some of the carb. Unfortunately, put this thing back together, but hopefully that fixes it. I just don't want to take it apart again if it doesn't. Start it up, run it. Hopefully it clears out. We're good, we're Gucci. Take some pics of it and sell it. It's been like 10 minutes. There was a clear switch up. It's running better, but now there's this really loud whining noise. I don't know what that is, but it's running great. How do you like this feature? Now you can see me and in front of me. Sorry. It seems to be running great. This is probably the first of many zero turns. I'm sure by the end of this, I'm gonna have $1 bajillion and I can buy 100 bajillion zero turns. But I'm excited because I've always wanted one. I never had one. I finally have one. And obviously I bought it to flip, but like I gotta enjoy it while I have it. I need to get at least one cut in. My grass don't even need cut, and I need to get that cut in. This is just part of the process. We just gotta make sure that it cuts. and then I'll clean them up and take pictures. I'm calling that good. Wouldn't be a crossing cards video without a race. This thing's got some speed, but is it faster than my current John Deere?
I then proceeded to take the deck wheel off of my current John Deere and put it onto the zero turn since they're interchangeable. This is also saving us money because this is free. I also noticed the deck wasn't leveled, so I did that, and then I made a questionable decision.
Will duct tape make it look better or worse? Like, it doesn't look terrible. And to make this thing look pretty, we're gonna hit it with some tire shine and take some pictures.
Now don't get mad at me for this trick. I'm simply just stealing Tom's method. This is what he did in his video. It worked, so I'm just modeling what works. Ain't nothing wrong with a little shine.
This is my Yamaha Virago. How? Take a good look at this thing and tell me that it's ever been off-roading. I mean, it's clean. Story with this, like I said, bought it for 350 bucks. Put a new carburetor and intake system on it. Brand new battery. I think in total it cost me like 70 bucks for everything. It's probably been sitting there for like 2-3 weeks. First start. It starts up, runs, it's great. Like, but this whole video is about flipping. So I'm gonna take some pictures of this thing, post it up on Facebook. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna list it for. I'm shooting for around $1,000. Again, it doesn't have a title. I think with the title, we're talking $2,000, $2,500, maybe even $3,000 if we get really lucky. But with no title, it's not roadworthy. Unless someone wants to go through the trouble of trying to get a title. But here in the state of PA, that ain't an easy thing to do, even with the bill of sale. Let's get this thing sold. Also, Jeep. Update. It has now been 12 days, almost 2 weeks. It seems like my fears came true. It's the middle of November. No one's really looking for a zero turn. So I initially listed it for $1,600 and I've slowly been bumping it down. I get messages about it, but I currently listed it for $1,300. That's what the price I have it at now. I have a buyer who wants to come in a couple of days for the motorcycle for $700. We're in about $1,000. Haven't sold anything yet. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy more stuff. I was doing a little research. I'm like, what do people wanna buy in the winter season? Snowmobiles came to mind, but like that's a really big risk. Quads and dirt bikes, that's kind of year round. But a winter specialty, snowblowers. And I'm actually like, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go. There's a guy who has 3 snowblowers. He wants $250 for all of them. I think I could get him for $200. He's a 50-minute drive away. And this other guy just messaged me. His is listed for $25. It needs more work, but he's 4 minutes away. I don't think I've ever, in all of my Facebook years, I don't think I've ever gotten a Facebook deal less than a 10-minute drive away. I can throw a football to his house. He has it listed for 25 bucks. I don't know much about snowblowers, but this thing's like legit. It's a legit snowblower. If I can get this thing restored, it's an old one. AI's telling me I can sell for like $350 on the bottom end. On the bottom end. I think I'm officially setting a goal of $5,000. I think that's what our end goal thing winner video done. I think that's our goal. All right, let's go look at this snowblower. This thing is rusty. Worst case scenario, this thing is just absolutely, completely garbage, and I scrap it for 25 bucks. I mean, it's a lot of metal, it's heavy. Let's see how this thing moves. I'm just gonna put some fresh gas in it and see if it starts. So this is at 90, at 93. All right, we're looking for a light. There's no pressure when I hit the primer. So we have spark. I have now taken off the cover. I'm gonna spray some starting fluid into the carb. Starts off this tells us that there's a fuel line clogged. It's just, there's no pressure when I'm hitting the primer. It was just telling me that there's a clog somewhere, but this will for sure guarantee it. Okay. Did y'all see that? There's a fuel line somewhere between here and here that's clogged. Still no pressure. Pretty sure I identified the problem. This was clogged. Hit it with that carb cleaner. This is the fuel line. You can hear this. Fuel line right here is clogged, so I was spraying the carb cleaner into it to unclog it with the little red thing, the straw that comes with. And the straw went in there and disconnected. So you're in there. I see you in there. Get out of there. I got the straw out and I've identified where the issue is. It's the sucking air. So it's either there's a clog here, or in this line. So I pretty much have to take, this is dripping though, so I don't know. It might be gunked up in here. I'm gonna take this off and it should run flawlessly. There's this black rust paint that I've been wanting to try for a long time, and this is the perfect thing to try it on. I think we could get this thing looking real nice. It sucks though, cause like this stuff has like the directions on it and it's kind of got rust on it, so we can't like paint over it. While I'm working on this thing, I had 2 people message me about the lawnmower, and one guy is literally coming tonight to give me money to hold it, and then he said in like a couple weeks he would pick it up. So he was asking me to hold it for him. I said, I'll hold it if you give me money, but if you don't give me money, I'm not gonna hold it. He said he's literally coming here tonight. So we'll see if he shows up, we'll see.
So while we wait for the motorcycle and the zero turn to sell, I'm gonna fix this snowblower, make it look pretty, and try to sell it. Now, as I started ripping this thing apart, it was a little bit more messy than I would have liked.
Gosh.
And it was getting real confusing on why it wasn't running. But then I figured out it was just a bad carb. So I hopped on Amazon, ordered a new one for $20, and decided to clean the snowblower in the meantime. However, I think the paint I had was a little bit expired. But I found this undercoat on the parts shelf, and I just went to town spraying.
I have some questions, Mr. Thomas Refurbs. What are you hiding? It's a new day, we're inside, because it's dark at 2:30 p.m., raining, cold, 28 degrees. I want to move somewhere warm. I'm gonna have to sell a lot more of these if I'm gonna be doing that. The guy, in fact, did not show up for the zero turn. Shocker. I do, however, have a very motivated buyer for the motorcycle. He seems like he's gonna come either tomorrow or Thursday based on his work schedule, but that's $700 cash right at the door. This, I had my by far craziest marketplace conversation yet. Here's that on screen. Yeah, that was nuts. We did, however, spend $20 on a new carburetor for this thing, now putting us at $45 totally invested. I'm kind of shocked with how the undercoat turned out. Like, it genuinely, actually, I don't want to say it looks good, but it doesn't, like, it did its job. It's undercoated, like, it's legit undercoated, but like, maybe that wasn't the choice. Maybe I should have gone with maybe just black spray paint to make it look shiny, because now it just looks like it's really sooty. So in terms of selling it, maybe we hit it again with some spray paint. That's honestly where I wanted to have the most fun, was, you know, making this thing look pretty again. It's gonna be weird with all these rust chippings and how there's graphics. Like, I'm not gonna, you know. But we have a new carburetor. I'm gonna put it on, hopefully not fill my garage with gas, because it has been leaking a little bit. We gotta get selling, man. We gotta get selling. Oh my gosh, I'm so in the hole right now. But once we start selling, it's gonna be so good, right? Right? I put the new carb on, but there's still no pressure from the primer. I don't know, and I don't want to rip this off because it's not easy to get off. I also found mouse turds in here. It's getting gas. This is brand new. It's getting gas. So I just pull it. Should I just pull it? I also don't want to start it in the garage because like I ain't got no ventilation. Whatever, here we go, whatever. Bang, 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 running. I turned it off. Yeah. Well, dang, it's gonna stink in here. This is a big old blow.
So with the new carburetor on, this thing was running great. Started it up, let it run for a little, then made sure it went forward, reverse, and that the auger spun. And there wasn't snow to test it, but I did have this pile of leaves. With everything working, the only thing left to do was to clean it up and post it on Facebook.
Don't care about cool 'cause I'm an old man. Your boy,
It looks slightly better.
boy, she's a well-wife girl, oh yeah. It's a joy,
It looks good right now that it's wet. So I'm gonna take pictures while it's wet because I'm afraid once it dries, it's not gonna look so good. So this thing's gonna sell for $200 billion. And then Tom's gonna be like, what? Forget zero turns. Snowblowers is the market. November 5th was when I posted this lawnmower. It's now November 22nd, and someone just came to buy it. That's great news, right? Wrong. You can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up. I started it up a couple of times, like the hour before he came. It started up fine. He shows up, I show it to him. I'm like, here it is. Here's how you work it. He's like, great, here's the cash. I start it up, I drive it over to his trailer. He had the wrong ramps, so I came in here to get different ramps. Then whenever I brought the ramps over and started it back up to back it onto the trailer, it wouldn't start, like at all. Just ding, 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 ding. Nothing. Choke on, off, full throttle, little throttle, jump the battery, nothing. Then, rightfully so, I gave him his money back and he walked away. And now we still have the lawnmower. And we were gonna get $1,100 for it. And now, the further in the winter we get, the less and less I feel confident about this sale. And the more and more I'm like, hey, Tom. And guess what? The guy who wanted to come buy the bike, he didn't. He didn't come Wednesday or Thursday, the days he said he was gonna come. And then I said, when you come? And he said, nothing. That's what he said. He said, red. At least we still have the snowblower in case it snows.
Having this guy walk away was a huge blow to my morale. I mean, I had just gone over this tractor and fixed everything wrong with it. It was working fine, doing great, and then as I'm trying to load this onto his trailer, it won't start. This sucks. So here you can see me messing around with the tractor, trying to figure out what the heck went wrong. Well, here, based on the look on my face, you can see my morale get even lower. Realizing that the tractor just wasn't warm enough. I didn't have the choke fully on. That's literally the only reason it wasn't starting. The choke wasn't on. I didn't have the choke on for the guy. I could have sold this thing right now for my asking price if I would have just had the choke on.
It only starts with the choke up. It only starts with the choke up. It only starts with the choke up.
And then I started to lose my mind.
Ring ding 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 ding. Ring ding 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 ding. Question. What do you do when you buy a bunch of stuff to flip and you can't sell it? You buy some more. I got myself not one, but two ellipticals. Check them out. DJ, why did you get two ellipticals? Cause I'm all about the flip, baby. I went through a long process. I'm like, okay, I had to reassess. I'm in a weird spot.
Bro, quit yapping. All right, let me sum this up for you. Basically, we're getting towards the end of the year where people make New Year's resolutions. I found these two ellipticals on Facebook Marketplace for free. So that's why I went and picked them up. They're not motor related, but they're free. And I think people will buy these. And like I said, I'm all about the flip. Now, spoiler alert, the one doesn't work. It's just broken. So all it is scrap metal. I added it to the pile. And we're just gonna say we made $13 on it. Now the other one, it's a heavy duty one. It's older, but it works. So I listed it on Facebook for $250.
Anyways, this is my mom's car. I gotta give it a whole service, brakes, oil change, spark plugs, all that. And I gotta do it all right now, 6:30 p.m. Supposed to start raining at 8 a.m. So I wanna get this done tonight, move this out of here and get those in here. So we're in for a long night. But I'm gonna flip something, man. I don't know what I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip something. Does this up the resale value? We're fricked. Unless anyone's cutting the snow like me, ain't nobody buying this thing. She run like a champ though. She run like a champ. Hopefully though, this helps us get rid of that.
And to help me sell it, I figured I would take a video of me using the snowblower to add to the listing. And let's just say the pull cord might have got me. But the very next day, I was able to sell the snowblower, but disaster struck. My Nissan Frontier that I praised so heavily in the beginning of the video broke down. I turned off the key and the truck was still running. So we have an electrical short somewhere in the vehicle, but it's out of commission, meaning I can't tow anything.
Greetings. Haha, it's been a minute. Since the last time you've seen me, I have gotten married, gone on a honeymoon, and still haven't sold nothing. Psych! See that dirt bike? There used to be a motorcycle right next to it. Where'd that go? Where'd that go? We sold the motorcycle. Here's a look at the budget. As you can see, we have $100, $200, $300, $790. Also, if you ever go to buy a motorcycle, let me just tell you what happened. This kid came to buy the motorcycle, first ever bike, super excited. He understood there was no title, made that very clear. He showed up in a U-Haul, looked at the bike, was like, great. I took the motorcycle over to the U-Haul. There was no loading ramp. Typically, U-Hauls come with a big loading ramp that you can just drive right up. This one didn't have it. So luckily, there were 3 of them, and we were able to just literally lift the bike right up, put it right into the U-Haul. But then he asked me, hey, do you got any rope? And they didn't bring ratchet straps or rope or anything, so it's just gonna sit in the back. So I gave them a ratchet strap, they strapped it in, and then the fun part was, U-Haul got stuck in the driveway because I didn't shovel the driveway and there's a ton of snow out there right now. But he got out. Moral of the story, be prepared for anything when selling or buying. Next time I'm on screen, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Below a millionaire. Hey there! Right now you can see the elliptical is gone. That free 300-pound elliptical that we got for $0, we just sold for $200. That was my first ever dump truck pickup. The dude pulled up in like a literal dump truck. It was impressive, honestly. I sold that thing maybe 15 minutes ago, and I'm already leaving to go buy something new. Now, unfortunately for you, you're gonna have to wait for episode 2 to see what that is, but it's worth the wait. This might be the steal of a lifetime. All that's left to do in this episode is sell this thing. This thing! To be honest, I think in the summertime, granted we try the challenge again, I think we could be flipping these left and right, but just like it's the end of December, there's not many people looking for a zero turn. However, with that extra Christmas cash, there might be some buyers. I've gotten more messages recently. I have this listed for $1,200 right now, which means our profit at the end of this video should be around $2,200. But I'm already filming episode 2. I got something behind the camera that you can't see, which is a huge flip. I'm taking this cash right now, going to buy maybe 1, maybe 2 things. Also a huge flip. Baby, we're going for $5,000. My overall analysis for Tom's Refurbs tractor flip Facebook challenge method, I would say it is doable. Tractor specific, the timing has to be spring, summer, and fall. We clearly learned that right away with this thing, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other things that you can do. We've seen it with the elliptical. We got a free elliptical and sold for $200. Like, that's infinite ROI. Now that I've kind of got a rhythm, episode 2, I think we're gonna hit our goal in absolutely 0 time. I might be done with episode 2 before I'm done with episode 1, because I gotta wait for this dang thing to sail. Just got off the phone with Bob. He sounds like a very older man, but he's willing to pay full price, which is $1,200 plus $50 for delivery. So I'm gonna do it right now. I hope this really works out because it'll be $1,250. Thing will be sold, and I can't even show you what's behind me because episode 2 is off to a hot start. And you're gonna have to wait until it gets posted. But like, I'm filming. I've been sitting on the zero turn for way too long. So I started episode 2 before the zero turn even sold, which doesn't even make sense, but it makes sense. So we're gonna go sell the zero turn. Episode 2 has us going places we didn't even know existed. We just learning. I got something out there. I can't even show you. Out there. I can't. Subscribe. Hey, it's me, stressing big time because I'm like, man, I'm in butt touch nowhere, man. This dude is like, he says he lives down here. He's somewhere in the woods. Why wouldn't you tell me this? Like, some of these people, I asked him for his address and he said he doesn't have an address. He said it's just his name's on the bottom of the hill. He didn't tell me he had a mile-long driveway that's not plowed. I don't even know, because the second I go down there, I'm gonna have to make it back up here with a trailer. In my 4-cylinder Nissan Frontier rear-wheel drive, I don't know if I can make it around this bend. I'll let you know if I make it out alive. Woo!